Hi everyone, this is Andrea Dombecki and this is Angel Life Makeover. You could reach me at angelfairyhealing.com. I'm excited to be here today doing some Archangel planetary healing. I think it's really important. I've been feeling the Archangels coming around the earth in a subtle, loving way. I see a pastel rainbow energy surrounding the planet. And they just wanted to spend some time with us today to connect with them, to open our hearts, send some planetary healing in a gentle way, not attached to outcome, because we know that there's been a lot going on for a long time, and it can be exhausting for light workers to constantly try to hold up the planet, try to change things, try to hold the light. And so the angels just really wanted to come in, especially the archangels, to remind you to lean on that higher power, let go, and trust the process of earth. So we want to open our heart. We want to bring in faith. We want to release hysteria, panic, upset, anything that we've been tapping into, fear, terror. And we want to spend this sacred time together doing some planetary prayers, some personal prayers, and really leaning on the support of the archangels. That also means understanding our place in all of this. Now, myself, as a light worker, I feel everything. I feel what's going on. I know I'm working on the planet overnight. I know I'm bringing light. I'm trying to help. And I really had to check myself that I'm not in a savior mentality. I'm not trying to overdo it. I'm not trying to control, fix, rescue the planet, that I'm more in the divine flow of my place. And my place might be just help my community to do my work, but in balance, not in burnout, right? Because the way things have been going on for years, it can put light workers, healers into burnout, right? Because there's so much that's needed right now. But really, everyone is awakening. So there's more healers than ever. More people are being anchors of the light. And we have to shift into a higher vibration where we're not always working to save, rescue, heal, right? Where we're flowing in the unity of the higher vibrations of existence, the 5D and higher, right? We keep hearing that term. The 5D earth is awakening in the grid, in the consciousness, a more heaven on earth energy. So let's sit with the angels right now. The archangels are coming through. We're working with the regular archangels, Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, Uriel, Ariel. But we also want to call in the female archangels. They're coming through prominently to the planet. Hope, faith, charity. They're a lot of the twin flames, they say, of the regular archangels. So it's interesting how we're seeing this feminine balance coming in with archangels, which is exciting because I think it was hidden from us before. So it's exciting to have that balanced leadership and have that feminine represented in the archangel realm. They're waving a lot. They've always been there, but we just, they had not come through consciously in the collective for us. So we're working with these angels. We're seeing them watch over the planet. We're seeing them watch over the future of Earth. Give them all your worries. We're also asking them to guide us in our personal lives. They know there's so many changes, especially with new technologies and things happening, that we can be confused about what our place is in the future. Many people are having career changes, maybe lifestyle is changing, things like that. And so we just want to be with the archangels to release the fears today and just sit with them. And when we look through the fear, we see that life is beautiful and we are blessed and there are endless happy possibilities for us, right? That's the highest timeline, is we don't have to fear the future. We know that we can deal with whatever comes and that we're living in the now and we are unfolding in bliss and joy, right? So when we look at the planet and we see the darkness right now, I keep hearing that it's being buried so that the light can push through. And also the underbelly of the dark things in our society have been hidden for a while. So they're getting exposed, but they have been there already. So remember, this is a time of facing the truth and really taking out the trash and bringing light to the planet. But it takes a lot of courage. It can be, scary to see what's really going on, and we don't want to live in a bubble or ignore it, but at the same time, we want to function, right? So bringing support to everyone, bringing the angels, bringing prayers, and I remind everyone to do your tools. Sometimes when there's a global shift and we feel that terror, we get disconnected from our tools, our basic tools of praying, meditating, journaling with the angels, calling on the angels, knowing there's that higher power, because there's such a collective terror or disconnection from God, disconnection from the angels. So I want to talk about that when we're pulled into the darkness, because I've been feeling that on and off, like as an ascension shift, planetary shift. I'll have a day or two where I feel like I can't connect with my magic, with my light, with my angels, and I feel like buried in the dark. And so why does that happen? Now, I feel like it's the ascension shifts, the planetary energies going up and down depending on what's happening politically, with all the stuff happening. So remember that we will upswing again, and in times when we feel disconnected and in the dark, go through the motions, right? Read your holy books, listen to things, pray, listen to more meditations, go deeper to be the light, find the light in that darkness, right? Because the light always exists. It cannot be extinguished. We just have to wait out those periods of darkness. And they're also forging our spirit to be a strong creator, a strong wielder of the light, a strong presence on earth, because we're supposed to anchor in the light. We're not supposed to run from the planet, escape, check out, become ungrounded. We're supposed to anchor the light into the planet and establish ourselves here and root ourselves here. And this time, we're gonna learn and grow and overcome, right? And the reason I say this time is because I'm seeing a lot of that planetary karma from Atlantis and different things clearing, but I do feel like we're moving into this higher timeline this time. So we're keeping the faith and we're staying on that higher timeline, and we're looking at how we can be a master this time of the light, of peace, and play our role, right? The archangels know it's a real time of uncertainty. It can be unnerving, and so that's when we need to have faith in the darkness, right? We have faith in the unseen. We trust that good is in charge, right? God is in charge. Love is in charge. Love is everywhere. The light will win. So we want to work with the holy names of the archangels. Archangel Michael and his twin flame, Lady Faith. Archangel Gabriel and Lady Hope. Archangel Ariel, Raphael, a holy amethyst, Christine. I'm just calling in some of the angels that I know. I know there's different systems of the female archangels. We can also just call in the divine feminine archangels. I'm also feeling the floral archangels, the crystal archangels, and the rainbow archangels. I've been feeling their presence. They have like a pastel, glowing rainbow presence. They're beautiful. I think they're connected to the aurora borealis. So calling in all these angels to help us, assist us in raising the vibration of the planet and raising our own vibration and lifting us out of fear. If you've been caught in the fear trap, the angels just really want to give you a helping hand and say you don't have to stay there. We're answering your prayer. Step out of the fear. Fear is an illusion. And why do we feel fear? Now, one, we could feel fear because it's collective and it's contagious. Two, we might get hyper-focused on the negative scenarios, right? So when we hyper-focus on a negative scenario, whether it's a global thing, a personal thing, we keep playing that movie in our head and feeling it and ramping up that emotion. So we really have to step out of that and take regular time to pray, journal, stay positive, and watch your fear level, the fearful visions, thoughts that you're entertaining, fearful conversations, fearful things you're watching, and really take a step back from fear. Archangel Michael's great at clearing fear, working with fear with his sword of light and his blue lightning, just helping you. And also been working a lot with Saint Germain, holy amethyst, the violet flame, that presence, the mighty I am presence, and just kind of bringing that violet flame to the darkness that we're feeling and neutralizing it. But again, we don't want to fight the darkness. We want to just be the light. That's the new consciousness that we're moving into. We're in less effort. And I've been thinking that a lot because I'm a big effort person, right? I'll try really hard to heal. I'll do all my things. And we're moving into a place where it's more just the unfoldment of being versus the trying and the effort. And I've noticed how that's affected my life is a slowing down and a being versus a rushing and a trying. So I'm seeing that working on everybody's aura, everybody's chakra balancing and evolution. Now, this is really important. The archangels want to show you a map for your future, especially if you feel like scared about the future of yourself, of your country, of your family, whatever's happening. The archangels want to, build that golden road and show you that, ever since before you were born, there was a plan to care for you and your loved ones, and that was like written in the stars. You are a holy child of God, and you have always been taken care of, and you will always be taken care of. There is no fear of survival, and I think that's part of the fear right now is this fear of survival. So we want to clear that, work with the root chakra, clearing those visions, bringing Archangel Michael to the planet, asking him to protect everything, all the major cities, all the major things happening, and help us so that we aren't living in fear. So calling in those archangels, I hear them singing the archangelic frequencies of song coming to the planet, surrounding the planet, surrounding you. And another thing I've been really doing is I have not been trying to fight the darkness or change the world. I haven't been attached to outcome, just pray for love, peace, and God's will. Pray for the protection of all people. Pray for the blessing of the future, praying for the planet, just bringing in those general prayers of love and faith and not getting too into particulars. That helps because the particulars could upset you, right? Or, it might be too much. So I think we're getting an elevation with the way we pray, because I've been noticing, because I've been praying a lot more and really feeling it, that I've had a healing with that versus I would say prayers and then I wouldn't feel anything, and even my negative mind would say, well, that's not possible. And so I wanted to talk about that, how we can pray with faith, feel the love, and just not let that negative mind get in the way, right? Because the mind might say, well, that can't be fixed or healed, or that's not going to be okay, or praying is futile, right? So we don't want to let that negative mind get in the way. So we're praying together for the planet, praying for humanity, praying for our own selves, our own lives, our own peace, our own ability to thrive, feel safe and happy on earth, and the courage to live our destiny. We're also asking for prayers for discernment about what our place is in the shifts that are happening on the earth. Each and every one of us has a place. Of course, we don't have to do everything, but each and every one of us has a place, and when we live our purpose, and we step into that place, we will feel that sense of like rightness, belonging, of energy moving. So we want to say a prayer for that too. Working with Archangel Gabriel, working with Ariel to help us to find the place that we belong and find the most perfect way that we can help humanity right now. And we're seeing layers of beautiful light going around the planet, and I'm excited to be here with you guys, feeling the archangels in my heart, in my spirit, in my aura, deeply together, getting that connection to help us to step out of fear and out of that disconnection, right? We have to take time together to feel connected. So if there's any burdens that you're harboring, give those to the archangels now. And know that you are not alone. You are never alone. You have all these beautiful archangel guides watching over you. We're calling them in to protect you in your life and anything that you're dealing with, and also to help you with any fears that you have about the planet, about the world, pouring your heart out to the archangels and seeing them covering the planet, seeing them surrounding you and asking them to co-create with you and to bless your life. Thank you for listening. This is Andrea Dombecki from angelfairyhealing.com.